Hello there everyone, and today we will be reviewing another model kit. Not a Gundam. It's not a Transformer. I got those. I'll get those pretty soon. Today we're reviewing a Star Wars model kit, the Mandalorian beskar armor. I bought this at Hobby Lobby for $12. It normally retails for $45. For $45, it's like a real grade. Technically, when you look at it, it's more like a grade if you're paying for it. But this is just a high grade, basically. But it different because the thing is, there's many different Star Wars model kits. There's the spaceships. There's the AT-AT, AT-ST. There's Vader, Boba Fett. A lot of armored characters. It makes sense. I get the Mandalorian, and I had to buy two of them because the thing is, there's some differences between some of the gear. Not much differences because some of the gear is the same. However, some parts of it is a little more different, and there's a little more pieces to it to make it a little more classic. If I'll get to that in a second. Now let's take a closer look at it, and let's see if it's really worth paying 12 to maybe 45 if you're really looking to buy one. Yeah. Now you may ask why I have two of them. Well, like I said in the intro, there's different parts that turn to armor. Now instead of having the original gauntlets, you could change it for these gauntlets, which are more of a classic Star Wars. I don't know what that means, but hey, it is different pieces. And by different pieces, you have an extra helmet piece. I don't know where to put this. I've been having this for months now. The helmet's pretty basic to put together. I'll be real with you. And you do get two different jetpacks. The thing is, they use the same pieces. So this piece right here is the same piece like this. The same with these little jet parts down here. They're just on this. So technically, there's some differences, and this part does come off. And yes, there's like 4 different hands. I have 2 of them on each one already. And I will say, some parts you do have to paint. I will get to that. And it's not fun because I did not like painting this part. Let's start with the one that you will get if you didn't do the other parts. Now, I will say it looks pretty good. I don't know if it's color accurate, because the thing is, there is a silver version of this, like an actual silver version of this. But I don't have that version. And the cape right here is actually cloth on both of them. But you do get one cape, so technically you need to buy 2 of them to make both versions anyways. So it is pretty good feeling. So this part right here, some parts back here you still need the pound, get the marker. These parts right here, right here you do need to paint because this part is so silver. The belt right here, you still need to silver it up. I'm not the best at it, trust me. I can see that. You don't need to roast me about my horrible job. And the fingers, they're black. If you get a if you get a marker or paint, which I have a deep yellow, but I don't know if that's the correct coloring. And I will say with the blade is black. Get a marker or, well, do yourself. And the pistol, it does come out. And let me try to stand them out back here. I'll get to the portability in a second, but yeah. So the pistol itself is not painted. This part right here, the grip isn't. You can do yourself. Same thing with the big rifle. You need to do yourself. And it was not fun. And you do need to do the scope as well. And you do get the staff, which is actually pretty good sizing for the character. It makes sense. And there's some stuff you can pan line if you want to do that and make yourself suffer more than you have to. And as you can see, this piece right here is for, as you guess, this. Now what you're meant to do is take out the little strap thing right here. And take that off, plug this in, and when you go to the back of it, you can plug it here or here. Now you can have it like this, which is very, very nice, but that makes the cape look a little wonky. So it does make it a little awkward, I'll be real with you, but it's actually pretty good for open storage. And you do have the jetpack band, which can plug up back here, and it's a very good, but however, it made the cape look a little more stiffy. So I don't like it that you really can't have it on. I wish you really could, which means you could take up the cape. The cape is really shoved in here, the chest region. It's not fun, I'll be honest with you. Now with the other armor, I did not paint this part because that's way too much time even for me to do. Look, I have a lot of time on my hands, but I'm not that stupid. Same thing with the other hands. These hands right here, yeah, these are meant to hold weapons. So technically, both of these can hold the same. I mean, technically, you could have this one holding this one right here, the pistol. If it won't fly in my hand. But you do get a working. And sorry if you hear whistle right now. My apartment, it does the wind blowing a little more tougher than I hate. But you get it down and not want to. We'll go in. Just give me a bit. There you go. I would say it looks pretty good. I do need to do my hands again, but I would say it looks pretty good. And if you do the other hand, it goes into ammo the same exact way. You just gotta pop it off and plug it in, which is pretty good because the thing is, it's good that they are at different angles. Now with the hands, they're not painted either, especially the gauntlets part on top. Now the silver isn't painted, you have to do yourself. I'll put the pistol for region. Sorry, my big arm is in the way. But you get everything together, I think it looks pretty good. But if you're like me, you just leave the fist done. Which it can hold the blade and the staff, but the staff is too loose for anything to put into, which kind of sucks, I'll be real. And it doesn't come with stand. The stand is actually pretty good. You can just pop that off and flip it in case you want to, which why would you? Just put that back there, and there you go. And there's no really holes or anything to plug in the figure if you want to do like an action flying pose. Which kinda sucks, but what else? Now let's look at the other part of the armor, which I was going to talk about, but I am not. Same pistol and yada yada. You can just slide right out. The thing with these hands ought to be like normal original gloves. What that means is, instead of having like this cool detail, they're kind of like the basic gloves where they don't have much detail on them, but they look pretty good. And you do get two fists, so neither one of them can hold a weapon. And a palm fist. This hand can't hold the weapons properly either. This one can't really hold this one either, or the pistol properly, which kind of sucks. But I don't know if it can hold the saber. No, too loose. So these hands are practically useless for anyone who's in the kit. Now, the different parts are the legs, here and here. The waist, kind of. It does this round region right here, at the abs, and that's pretty much it. That's all the changes they give, which is fine enough. And I will talk about the articulation in a second because the thing is, they give two different ball joints for the legs, especially legs. Now we do some size comparisons, which I'm gonna do real quick because I want to get that out of the way real quick. He's pretty good in height, but he's not good at standing half the time. He is the battle lupus, which I have not talked about yet. I will. And here's the magic grade RXN to the origin, So having them together, if you have a lot of Star Wars kits, it would work. But that's a lot of work for this stuff. So if you have that kind of timing. Now, articulation, it's the same articulation on both figures, so I'll do one figure. Now, the arm can extend this far out, but it does break the armor. It does break the look of it if you're really not careful. The armor on top can go out this far for a pretty good, and the arm is a single joint. It's like almost two joints, but it's so tight. And this part like to come off. Yeah, these two wrist throwing are connected to this. So yes, you could take that off and bend way more than it should, which is fine enough if you don't like how it looks fully. But if you put the arm back, it's okay. The head is on a neck joint, which is also pretty good. Look down this far, up that far, 360 since ball joint included. Remember, the legs get kicked back. It kicked forward this far, which is okay, and kick back none. It could go not that much in a spread. You could do to these things. Because if you're not careful, these can come off, which I'm not going to do for a good reason. Now, the ball joint at the foot, then you gotta get the foot off them. Now, like I said, they're two different ones. This one here is on a half and half, which is okay for the most part. But it's already pretty good. You get a lot of movement. Now, the other one is on this one right here. This one right here, it's on a, not half and half, but more on this one, more on that one. So it is technically in with the same, but a little more different. But this one does get a little more movement out of the way, which is actually pretty good for a figure. And these parts do drop down. This is on both of them too. It does drop down. I forgot in that part. But you can see where it does show itself. So, I mean, that's pretty good. Just make sure everything go back together. And there you go. You have your Mandalorian. If it could stay on the stand, it sometimes won't be. So, I get to my final thoughts on this, and let's see if we can buy it. So, what do you recommend this kit? Yeah, I legit would. Now what's complexity into it, and I don't think a kit need to be so complex. It's so hard to fully complete, but it's simple enough to not worry about. And I think that's the good part about it. I don't need to worry about trying to do X, Y, and Z to have one runner. I mean, the thing of the instructions are in the box. So they give you everything within it without having an extra book. Which I think is good sometimes because I have way too many booklets. And I can tell you, if I should do all of them, I have them in like 2 books. I have even more kits coming up. I think I'll look one, I think. Since it is still December for me as we're recording this video, this is going to be out in January next month. So yeah, sorry guys, everything's going to be pushing out a little more slower than usual. But you know what? It happens. A lot of stuff happens. Let's try to get through the best we can. Let's try to with this year. And now 2025 is coming up. And I know this video is going to be in January. Stuff already happened. So, yeah. What do you recommend this kit? Yes. If you're a big fan of Pokemon, big fan of model kits, oh yes. Please buy this. How can we go there? Even have a new one. Yeah. So yeah, I hope you like this review. Something more positive for once, and nothing that's me being a negative Nancy about it. I'm not that negative, but I can be sometimes to point out a lot of things that I don't like about kids. So yeah, y'all. I hope you have a good day. Peace out.